Well, it looks like some of our elected officials are absolutely loving this whole coronavirus thing because it makes them authoritarians. What's going on, everybody? This is Rob Smith, and look, I've been watching the news just like you guys. I'm sheltered in place. I'm here in New York City. This quarantine, shelter in place, lockdown, whatever you want to call it, sucks for all of us. But it doesn't seem to be sucking so much for a lot of these Democratic governors who are using this horrible pandemic to become authoritarians, to exert their will on the public. Look at what's going on in Michigan right now. Look at Gretchen Whitmer, right? Now, this is somebody who is telling citizens of her state that they cannot travel in between private homes. And what a private home means is that this is my property, not the government's property. So if I live in Michigan right now, you've got the governor telling me that I cannot travel in between private homes to take care of whatever personal business I have because there's a pandemic and you know, everything's going on with coronavirus and you know, hospitals are getting overwhelmed and all of this stuff. And speaking of which, has anybody seen all of this stuff about these, you know, remember it was supposed to be millions of people dying. There was supposed to be overcrowded hospitals. There was gonna be bodies in the streets. I'm in the epicenter of the coronavirus. I am in New York City. I have seen none of these things. Michigan has not nearly as many cases as New York, and she's exercising her authority to become a complete dictator over the people. But it's not just her. In Virginia, Governor Northam, which by the way, we don't know if he was either photographed in blackface or Klan robes, one or the other, take your pick. He is now saying that he has extended their order until the middle of June. He's also trying to mess with the voting system in Virginia. So what you see with Whitmer, what you see with Northam, what you see with a lot of these people is using the coronavirus pandemic, using this awful time that we're all surviving through in America to become authoritarians, to exert their authority in ways that far overreach the offices that they were elected to. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm tired of the lockdown. I'm tired of being lied to by our local elected officials, and I'm tired of seeing local elected officials across the country act like dictators when it comes to telling private citizens what they can and cannot do in their own homes. Now, social distancing is one thing, keeping each other safe is one thing, and honestly, as Americans, we're all gonna have to do our part to make sure that the pandemic doesn't spread anymore, to make sure that we're flattening the curve. But this does not give the right to local elected officials to dictate what we can or cannot do on private American property. It doesn't. And if you give them this inch right now in this middle of this pandemic, they will take a mile 6 months down the line. They will take 2 miles 2 years down the line. And then eventually this country will be unrecognizable because they've used this opportunity to make a power grab and become dictators, not elected officials.